Man.
What?
Woo! Oh boy,
man.
it's fun. The DB studio today. I tell you what, man.
Oh my gosh, bro, what the fuck? Oh man, yeah, like a howl on there. Yeah.
Oh man, just changing it up, you know.
We got Zeke the Prophet and Zeke the Werewolf over here. Jeez Louise.
Oh man, I tell you what, feels so fresh and so clean, man. I got my hair cut, feel good, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
Woo! Yeah, you did too.
Too.
You did get your hair cut. Look at that, nice and shiny.
Chic and Gillette does it every time.
Oh man, real quick, it is World Mental Health Day today.
Is it really?
Yeah. So
wow.
wanted to shout that out, you know, to anybody out there. We all go through mental stuff, whether,
sure.
I mean, even on the low end, if it's talking to somebody that you know, a mom, a brother, sister, a cousin, a relative, a friend, that can fix it, you know, or not fix it, but, you know, help you out.
Help you
that could be on the low end. If there's something bigger, please go get help. Every day is World Mental Health Day, in my opinion.
For sure.
You know, if you want to hear mental health from us, we talk about it quite often. We even had an episode called Mental Health. But we talk about it in different aspects of mental health. I mean, we all go through it. We all go through different stuff, man.
Yes,
please, if you have a certain, you know, that you're going through, please seek some help somewhere.
Seek help from loved ones, seek help from professionals if that's an option. Yeah, man, definitely reach out to people.
Right.
And always try to talk about what's going on in your life, you know, and in your mental.
Yeah. Even if you think it's small and insignificant and people won't understand, please, if you can, find somebody who is in your corner and would just listen, because sometimes just getting it off of your chest is a huge help, and it lifts that burden off. I know talking to you sometimes and you talking to me sometimes will help. You know, sometimes it's not me. Sometimes it's your mom, your dad, you know, your wife,
whoever,
you know, whatever the situation is. You know, it always helps to at least, you know, releasing
that energy, man. Like Lowkey is huge, man. So
and you know, it's not necessarily about getting answers. It's just about releasing.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of times that's what it's about.
Yeah. And
just
I think it's just so important, man. I mean, we all go through some mental struggles.
Yes, we do.
All of us. I don't care who you are.
I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care
doesn't matter, dude. It just doesn't matter.
I don't care what life you have, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. We all struggle through something, and please find somebody, reach out to somebody, and, you know.
Yeah.
Talk it through, man. You know, and sometimes it's just having a listening ear, man. You know, the person on the other, let them just talk, man. Yeah. Just please, you know, if you're the listener and somebody's like, man, I'm just struggling, let them speak. You know, you don't have to have an answer for them.
For sure.
You know, again, we've preached it here on this podcast multiple times, man. And
go back and watch that if you know.
Yeah, if you want, and you want to hear what we have to say about mental health and stuff like that, but every day,
a huge shout out, man.
Every day should be a mental health awareness day. I mean, it's one of the biggest, in my opinion, of what's lacking in society around the world, not just here in America, which I think is a big thing because we live here. You know, that's not addressed very often,
right?
And it should be.
Agreed.
And it should be, you know, dealt with seriously. Because there's some people that just what happens is it might start off small.
It always starts off small.
And then it gets bigger and it gets bigger and then tragedy happens. And whatever that tragedy is, it can take multiple forms.
Yep.
And I don't want to see anybody ever go down that road. You know, my loved ones, your loved ones.
Right.
You know, so I'm preaching to, you know, all of us, myself, you know, everybody else there that's watching us. You know, I just wanted to bring awareness. You know, it's a big part for me. Like, I just really feel like it's such a problem we have in our society. We sweep it under the rug so many times. You know, it's disturbing to me. You know, and there's certain people that need to be talked to, man. Yeah. Like, or they need an ear. You know, I just think it's so important. Please, even if you're not having problems. Yeah, there's somebody around you. I'm guarantee you that is. Yeah. And I just need somebody there with you. You know, so anyways, just want to shout that out. So before we get started into our show for the week, man.
Yeah, whatever the hell we're going to talk about, right?
Oh, I got something for you. Okay. I actually have something I wanted to talk about. Okay. And it goes to a ship again. Okay. We've talked about a ship before. Yes, I'm going back to the ship. All right. Sorry. I have to go back to the ship. I heard this from, I listen and hear and watch and read so much stuff. Please forgive me. I cannot remember where I heard this from, but it really struck a chord with me. Okay. On many different facets. Okay. And I'm really curious, and I want to go down this road with you and with our listeners and our watchers out there. And I heard this analogy. A Jew and a Nazi are on a boat. This is not a joke, by the way. Not a joke. I'm not joking. I know it sounds like I'm setting up for a joke, but it's not a joke. A Jew and a Nazi are on a boat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and all they're doing is trying to kill one another instead of taking care of the boat to survive. Okay. So I don't really want to make this personally a political point of view, but this is where I believe this is where it was coming from. In the sense you have left and right, Democrat, Republican is where they were coming from. Okay. Screaming at each other, trying to tear each other down instead of trying to save the ship that they're on to survive, that is basically going to sink them if they don't work together. Right. And move forward. Mm-hmm. But when I heard this, I thought about a lot of different things because this takes on so many different facets. You could look at this as in a world perspective, in the sense of, you know, you have people that's, you know, basically tearing the earth apart, right? Mm-hmm. And not taking care of each other. And what are we doing? We're screaming and yelling at each other, and we're not taking care of the ship that's going to get us to safety. Okay. And is going to keep us safe. You know, we're constantly trying to tear each other down and apart and saying, I'm right. No, I'm right. No, I'm right. And what's the problem? We need to save the ship. We need to work together to save the ship so we can get to land or not sink in the middle of the ocean. Agreed. In the middle of basically the biggest desert on this planet, which is the water desert. Agreed. You know, and we're on this boat. I don't care where you are. You can be anywhere in the world. And we all have issues, right? Mm-hmm. We all have problems. Mm-hmm. Again, mental health kind of can play into this as well. Mm-hmm. You have somebody who goes, mental health's nothing. And another guy's going, yeah, it is. You know, and we're screaming and yelling at each other. What are we not doing? We're not addressing. The ship is the issue, is what's keeping us afloat. Right. And it's what's keeping us safe, in a sense.
No, I hear what you're saying.
And I just, man, that just really has played a lot in my mind. And with all different kinds of issues. I mean, you know, I don't know if there's something you can apply to it as well. You know.
I mean, I think that yeah, we kind of had a conversation about this earlier, man.
Right. And I don't want to get it too political.
No, I'm never taking it that route. But it will be part of the conversation just because it is what it is and it's the
Right.
climate that we live in.
Right.
I'll never take like look, and let me just say this. I will not take it political.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I will touch on something a little bit later. I won't go into detail because I don't feel like I need to. But I had something happen where it went political and it wasn't even a political thing. Like, and I think, we talked about this, I think things get turned into political issues that are actually just like human rights, like civil rights issues that, you know, we need politics to be a part of it just because we need laws to get passed so that people don't treat each other a certain way.
Right.
But politics are never the issue.
Right.
It's never a political
It's
issue.
always a human rights issue.
Right. With these certain things, right?
Absolutely.
Taxes is political. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit is political. You know what I mean? But anyways, back to the point. I think that this country is doing a lot of screaming and yelling at each other and not really focusing on the issues at hand. And I think it's become kind of a weird thing where how do I explain it? People have chosen sides, right?
Yeah, very true, man. People
instead of choosing the issues,
right?
And so it's almost like gang mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like Lowkey, like it's very like Crips and Bloods type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Or my turf versus your turf,
right? And
if I could, I'll boil it down to that because I'm familiar with that. You know what I'm saying? And so but when you do that, you never really give yourself an opportunity to see what the real issues are.
Right.
You know what I mean? And instead of by doing that, you're never really attacking the issues or taking care of the issues, which is, I think, what you were trying to say.
Yes.
You know, and therefore you're only doing it not only to the detriment of your rival, but also to the detriment of yourself because you're continuing you're continuing to indulge and engage in action that is actually non-action. Right. There is no action. Right. It's just yelling and screaming. Right. And nothing is being done.
There's a bunch of holes on the ship.
For sure.
And water.
You're screaming to each other. How are you gonna plug the holes?
Or are you trying to plug the holes? Or are you just screaming at each other just because you're screaming at each other and you're ignoring the holes? Right? You know what I'm saying?
I think you are trying to plug the holes, but where it becomes a screaming match is, and here's where I'll add something to that. It's like you have two captains on one ship. And it kind of to what you said. But let's not even put like the race into it or anything like that.
Right.
Like,
that's just the way I heard it.
No, I get you.
You know, and that's
no, I'm with that. That was a great point because you're saying two people on opposite sides historically, right?
Right.
Need each other to survive and can't figure out how to stick with each other to survive, right? Right. But let's just say two people of the same background on the same ship with different beliefs, right? Yeah. Then what you have is, I think the issues, for the most part, is what they're looking at. We got to plug up the holes. We got to get a new sail. But it's like they want to do it their way. And nobody's really listening to each other. You know what I'm saying? Right. To really get the issue resolved. And by the time, if they ever do, right, it's the ship is already gone. Right.
And as one person saying, "Oh no, I think we should use planks of wood," and others like, "No, we should use some duct tape to do it." And it's like, instead of coming together and going, you know, and screaming and yelling and saying, "No, my way's better," my way's better. Right. It's like, well, why don't we use the planks and
Facts.
The duct tape. You put the and then we could, you know what I'm saying?
On hood. On the hood,
and it seems like
all facts.
You know what? I'll bring it back to politics real quick. What happened to left center, right center? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can have your views, but what happened to this mediary, like, middle ground here? You know what I'm saying? Well, it's almost. I'm not saying there's not people here in this middle area.
There is.
But who screams the loudest?
Right.
The people on these sides screaming and yelling, trying to tear each other down. No matter the issue, it doesn't have to be political, like you said. It could be a Christian and Muslim screaming at each other and going, "No, my God's better than your God."
It could be a Muslim and a Muslim, bro.
Right. With different
arguing how they practice faith. It could be a Christian and a Christian arguing how. Like that's my point. It can't. It doesn't. It's not just two opposite sides.
Right. And I'm with you.
It could be the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
right. But we're not taking care of the issue at hand.
Facts.
And that's where this ship and the boat comes into play.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
The ship is our country. The ship is our planet, our world, right? That we live in. We all share the same. We see the same sunrise. We see the same stars. It's not like it's different. And I see something different than you. No. Now, we might have different views on things, but that's okay. It's so healthy, and I'm not sure where the mishap happened somewhere along the line.
Well, we know where it happened, but then again, we're talking political.
Right. So, I mean, all we want to do is yell.
But the fact is, it's always been there, bro. It's always been there because people have a natural tendency and a need to align themselves.
Yeah. I don't understand that mentality though, dude. I personally, I
get it, but it is what it is, right?
Right. It kind of goes over my head. I'm not too sure what the deal is with that, but that's just me personally.
It's
like look, hoorah! I work on this side of the team. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I've just never been. I guess it's the way I've been brought up. I'm not too sure.
What it is it's ignorance.
Yeah.
Right, and so me not knowing something will lead me to believe that something could be harmful. Right?
Yeah.
And being in your own head, being in your own mind will lead you to thoughts that will change the way you think about things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
Like you if you don't know what you're looking at, you're going to do one or two things. You're going to go super positive, like, okay, well, maybe it's not that bad. I'm going to go check it out. That's very rare that people do that. What normally happens is, I don't know what that is, so I'm not messing with it. And then the more you stay away from it, the more your mind says, oh, that's negative. That's negative. And then it has to do with comfortability too. What do you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What things are around you? What kind of people are around you? I feel safe here.
Yeah.
You know, we just talked about did a review for Thunder Jackson.
Right.
His whole album was talking about, I feel safe at home, but that's not where I want to be. I want to be out here, so I'm taking the risk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go check out that review. And that is where it's like, okay, like where like how do you maneuver? You know what I mean?
Right.
Even but we're also at this point in humanity, we're taught these things. Right?
Yeah.
The dad that loves sports is going to teach his sons or his daughters and or sports.
Right.
The dad that loves music is going to right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're going to learn those certain things amongst a whole. The dad that's Republican, the dad that's Democrat, you know what I mean? Like the mom, whoever your influence is in your life is what you're going to take from.
Right.
And you're going to pick a side.
Yeah. That's true. It's very definitely influential where or how you were raised. That definitely plays a big part of it. You think also too, maybe like the mob mentality of things. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get around a group of people, you may not be that way, but the mob will shift you.
Like peer pressure type of deal?
Almost like peer pressure or energy will almost shove you into that mob team mentality of like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
That will suck you in as well and shift your focus and pull you out of that. Because, man, I tell you what, man, being part of a team and, you know, that mentality of like, yes, I got picked.
Okay,
almost
that's
like I got picked first, not last type of deal,
that's
right?
That's where I was going.
Yeah. You know,
it's the necessity to belong.
Yes, to belong. There you go. Yeah.
And so what you will start to do is you'll start to ignore things that you may know, or maybe you don't care. Whatever the case, it's either one of the two. Either you don't know, or one of the three. You don't know, or then you know. Right. But if you know, then you don't care because it's like, well, I gotta ignore it. I gotta ignore it because this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's no difference in, since we're gonna take it there, there's no difference in aligning yourself with a party, right? With Democrat, Republican, than there is in being in a gang.
Right. Like you said in the beginning, like blood or crip, right?
Right, like on some real shit.
Right.
On some 100% real shit. There's no difference. You know what I mean?
Right.
The only difference is that being in a gang is like life or death. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. You know, and you can flip-flop a party if you want to.
Right.
You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't. They feel that loyalty. They like, I gotta be loyal.
Right.
You know? It's like, but within doing that, within aligning yourself that way so hard and so deep that you ignore your own morals.
And I think
that's what I'm saying. Again, is very gang mentality because like low key, when a lot of people join gangs, like they know, like you know shit is wrong.
Right.
Motherfuckers be scared to do shit. Right. Like people, like there's you know what I'm saying? There's interviews out there of people, former gang members that'll say that'll say this shit like, yo, the first time I did like I went home and puked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was sick to my stomach for 3 days.
Right.
You know what I mean? The difference is you didn't puke, but you had that knot in your stomach. You're like
this doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right.
Right. It's going against the grain.
But I gotta fight with my team.
Yeah, but then you get ingrained into, you know, that it's almost like, man, your mind just changes for whatever reason. It goes against the grain of your moral compass. Something happens, something triggers, right? Where you're part of it for so long, you know, whatever it is, and it for whatever reason, man, it's like the against the grain becomes the grain. You know, you're not crisscrossing. You're actually going, and you're like, oh, this feels good,
right? And
I think the reason it feels good is because you have people back here shouting and screaming for you.
Yeah, because you belong to a team.
Good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, again, the problem is we're by doing that, we're not saving ourselves. It's a detriment to ourselves.
Of course.
You know,
of course,
we're trying to save the
country,
ship,
dog.
Right? We're trying to save this ship to get to either the other side or stay afloat.
We think we're trying to save the ship.
Well, of course, everybody thinks we're trying to save it, and everybody
got a fucking answer,
right?
And
but
thinks
the problem,
they're trying to save the ship.
And the thing is that that's okay to have like your own opinion of how you think to save the ship would work, as long as it's somewhat of a valid point, and we could talk about it civilly and be, you know, like again, the piece of wood and the duct tape thing, right? Well, okay, I get why you think this or that. You know, why don't we use those two together to come together again, to come together to meet in the center?
I agree.
Right? The yin and the yang, you know? And
so,
yeah, I mean, I don't know if you like that analogy or not, or if you would phrase it something different, but I definitely, man, it really caught my attention and really made me think about things in a different way, man.
On everything, like, like we're at a very difficult time, man, and like you and I were talking earlier, and you know, I don't really use, the word depressed too much, but like low key, I've been feeling like depressed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not like to the point of like,
right.
Oh
I get you.
Gosh, but it's like things are depressing, and it's not the COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like the COVID is a piece of it, but it's where we are. It's like where I feel like I can't trust people. I feel like people, you know,
talk about wishy-washy, which I
don't know where people stand, and it's hard for me to engage with people as I used to. You know what I'm saying? The way that I used to.
Well, and then people are coming out of left field saying different things, and you're like, "Whoa,
crazy shit!
Whoa, where did that come from? I didn't see you being that way."
Shit. And I ain't fucking ask you for it either.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
And people, you know, you, myself, friends, acquaintances, you know, people pretty
this is the thing,
pretty
though,
good.
Bro, like everybody's trying to push a fucking agenda, and I don't understand it. Like look, my agenda is my experiences, and me telling you that, and me telling you what I'm going through,
right?
And shining light on that,
right?
And other people who are like me, period,
right?
I don't have no fucking political agenda. I don't have no party. You know what I'm saying? I don't subscribe to any of that.
Right.
None of that. You know what I mean? And that's where everybody's at. And it's depressing because it's like people can't even be fucking people on either side, dog.
Right. Right.
On either side because they have, and we talked about this, they have to subscribe somewhere.
And you know,
no, you don't.
Right. You don't. And it's like The Rock. We were talking about The Rock earlier, right?
Yeah.
And he supported Joe Biden.
Which is a huge indictment.
Right. And he got raked over the coals for doing that.
Man, he got killed.
And, you know, I'm not for The Rock. I'm not against The Rock. I'm just all I'm saying is this. If you looked at The Rock's record, right, he's voted Republican. He's voted Democrat. He finally came out and said, I'm supporting Biden. This is the first time actually doing that.
Right.
Right? And he got raked over the coals for doing that. Whatever, man. Like, it's his... Why is he being raked over the coals? Because of that. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's the... Again, it's that mob mentality of, you are so wrong. Everything... Are you telling me that... It's so frustrating, man, because it's like both sides have issues, bro.
For sure.
Both sides have faults, and
for sure,
and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, without getting diving into deep into opinions about certain things,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
There's problems on both sides, bro.
Exactly, for sure. There's bullshit on both sides.
Nobody is perfect, bro. There's nobody that's
on both sides.
We had the higher regard because whatever, man.
But that's the thing, bro. Like we can't
have. The problem is this again. Going back to the ship again. Sorry.
You know, it'd be tough for me to have this conversation, bro, because you know I don't really.
I know.
You know me. I don't really put my shit out there like that.
Right, and I'm not trying to.
No, we're gonna talk
prod.
About it. This is a great space, man.
Right. But I'm not trying to prod and pull you to that. But what I'm saying is just what happened to just simply having a mediary, somewhat of a conversation. You don't have to agree.
Quick, but I don't think it was ever there. That's now, like, the more we get it was never there. We ignored the shit.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe
we ignored the shit.
Yeah. Maybe
shit got swept under
rose
the rug.
color lenses I've had on.
It, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
And a big part of the problem is that we ignored the shit.
Mm-hmm. And we've ignored it for...
We've ignored it for
years and years and years. Right. And just kind of, again, swept it under the rug and not really dealt with any issues.
Exactly.
Maybe that was,
So now that it's being put in front of our face, there's two ways to deal with it. You can either get angry about certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just that issue. It's multiple issues. But a lot of these issues are being put in front of our faces. Mm-hmm. And you can either be angry about the shit.
Right.
Or you can be compassionate and try to do something about it.
Right. Yeah.
Period.
So instead of the boards and the duct tape, we just put a Band-Aid over it.
That's it.
Yeah. Band-Aids all over the place.
That's it. We just
How
put
long is that going to last?
Exactly.
It's not, obviously, it's not lasting,
We'll put some regular ass fucking packaging tape over it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not going to last.
It's not going to last. It's not going to hold it together. It's not going to.
And we still trying to do the same thing.
Constantly, dude. We're on this hamster wheel of continually trying to do the same thing over and over again. Mm-hmm. When is it going to end? When is it going to stop? When we have a when people can have a conversation like what we're having, right?
Okay.
Or out there, if they're listening or watching, to have some sort of open mind, right? I saw a post the other day about this is somewhat political again, but I thought it was again interesting, right? And it was somebody who's pro-choice, right? Mm-hmm. And it was like, I'm a woman, I'm pro-choice, but that doesn't mean I want to have an abortion, or I want to, man, how did it go? It was like, it wasn't against it, but it was like, I don't necessarily think having an abortion is correct, but I think being pro-choice is correct, right? Mm-hmm. And you could flip that the other way as well, right? Like, as far as having an opinion about something, right? You get raked over the coals again. The Rock situation, right? Mm-hmm. For having an opinion about something, right? And being raked over the coals because you have a certain opinion about being pro-choice. But look, just because I'm pro-choice doesn't mean that I'm going to go out and get knocked up and have 10 abortions. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So there's because there's people that associate that side with that, right? And go, well, all you're trying to do is kill babies. Right. And you're like, no, that's not what I mean. I believe in the choice to have a choice.
Right.
That's all I'm trying to say is I believe in the choice for a woman to have the own choice for that.
Right.
I'm not saying to go out and kill everything.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. Believe in a choice. Somebody gets raped, whatever.
Whatever. Mm-hmm.
And
I agree with you.
Whatever your stance is. I'm just saying, like, quit raking people over the coals because they have a certain opinion about something that leans a little bit more to the left or to the right.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean,
and then that's fine. You could disagree and say I'm pro-life. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with having that opinion on that. But just
with people not getting along, bro. Like it is a thing. Like, we don't all have to this kumbaya. This fucking.
And I'm not saying that, by the way.
No, I know you're not. But I'm adding that in there. This idea of a kumbaya. We're all like it's never been that,
right?
And it's never going to be.
Of course not.
The evolution of humanity has showed us that it'll never be that.
Right.
There will always be some type of somebody, some type of force. Maybe we are that at this point. I don't know. Maybe that's and we've had this conversation as well. There's always been these points in history where crazy shit has happened, and it's been this mass whatever, right?
Right.
Maybe that's where we're at in.
Again, it goes to the
history, but at the end of the day, like, people are not going to get along.
Right. You agree to disagree.
It's just your choice of okay, you stay over there, I'll stay over here.
Right. Cool.
That's it.
What's wrong with that,
There's
bro?
nothing wrong with that.
But that's the thing I'm saying.
As long as you don't infringe
on
my right to be me.
That's all I'm saying, bro. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't going to come fuck with you over there. You stay over there, I'm going to stay on my side.
Listen, man. you and myself, we agree on a lot of things, but there's certain things we don't agree on.
Yeah, for sure.
That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. Be you. I'll be me. I'll be over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, be on the right side of right, something different, though.
Being on the right side of right is something different.
When it comes to human rights. You know what I'm saying? So, but you can have an issue about taxes and be like, man,
but on some real,
everybody should be taxed 30%. And I'd be like, no, fuck yourself, man. Everybody needs to have 10% taxes.
Shit,
okay, cool.
bro.
You stay over there. I'll stay over here.
You can be racist, bro. Like I'm serious. And we've had this. Be racist. Don't infringe on me.
Right. And,
just we ain't going to fuck with each other like that.
Right.
Period.
We've had that conversation, yes, and I believe we've had it here.
I don't like black people.
Cool, bro.
We ain't got to talk, dog.
Yeah, will you ever have to see each other? Like, you stay over there, I'll stay over here. Right. We'll stay out of each other's way. No problem. At least I know where you stand.
At least I know where you stand.
And we don't
just
have
don't
to
infringe on my shit.
Right.
Don't fuck with me.
Right. That's
you know what
the
I'm saying?
point. Yeah.
You can not like me, but just don't attack me.
Again. I'll come back to that ship again, right?
That's it.
I don't like you because you're black. You don't like me because I'm white.
No, but the difference.
But let's at least get to
right.
to make this ship afloat.
Right.
But we don't have to talk. We don't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to be buddy with each other. Mm-hmm. We don't have to be, like you said, kumbaya with one another. Mm-hmm. We don't have to have that. Mm-hmm. But we need to keep this shit afloat. Mm-hmm. We have to. We're all here again. We all live under the same sun and stars, man.
It's two different things, dog. It's two different things.
Okay, go ahead.
It's two different things because we gotta have separate conversations, right? So if we're saying that we need each other, listen to what I'm saying real quick. Uh-huh. I'm gonna shoot it at you and then you can shoot back.
Yep.
If we're saying that we need each other, and we may disagree with each other's point of view and values, but we need each other to take care of the ship, right? Then we have to deal with each other, and we have to figure out a way to work together. That's one thing. The whole other side of that is that there is like we're not going to attack the issue together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to stay on my ship, and you can stay on your ship. Just don't come fuck with if my shit got holes in it, let me deal with the way, this is my shit over here.
Gotcha.
And I'm not going to help you do your shit. Just don't mess with me. Don't come trying to blow up my ship. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if we're talking about, and this is what I'm shooting at you, if we're talking about the same ship, like we need, you and I need to be on this motherfucker together to survive, then that's a totally different way of attacking it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I got you. I got your point.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
But to all of these points, and I think that's why it's so confusing, because it's like, where do you stand? You know what I'm saying? And again, like we talked about this earlier today, there's so many things, and we talked about this on past podcasts. There's so many things just being thrown into the same bucket together for the sake of gain, political gain, powerful gain, financial gain, whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
Gain.
Yeah.
Right. That, like, they're all separate things.
Right.
They're all individual things that have nothing to do with each other. But you want to throw in boom, 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 and they're all the same. They're not the same issue.
Right.
This is its own separate thing.
Right.
Deal with that accordingly. Your views on this is your views on this. Period.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I get you. Yeah. I mean, I just go ahead.
No, it's just, again, back to the mob mentality, bro. Like, just because you have 10 views that are the same as a certain political party or a certain group doesn't mean you can't have one that's different.
That's a really good point. Because,
You could be.
Wouldn't you be afraid in the mob that you're with to be like, okay, I agree with 10 of those things, but I don't agree with 2 of those things, to even go, hey,
well, that's where it's at. That's the Mafia Bomb mentality, gang mentality, bro.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm
should
conservative,
be doing...
so everything that if I'm conservative, then everything that I align myself has to be conservative. If I'm liberal, then everything. And then the thing is, we throw around these terms that, you know what I'm saying? And then we throw these terms in a bucket: left, liberal, Democrat, blah blah blah,
right.
blah, blah.
Yeah,
it's like when we talked about this, bro. Like we are more complex than that.
We are way more complex than that, man.
Like we put ourselves in so much of fucking boxes, bro. Like you remember the cartoons where it was like a big ass box? And you open that box, there's another box.
Yeah.
It was another box. It was another box.
Right.
Another box. Another box.
Right.
At the end, the motherfucker come out.
Yeah.
That's us.
Right.
We don't put ourselves in so many boxes. We're trapped.
Right. Very true. Yeah, very, very true, man. Yeah. Constantly. We do it to...
And then it'd be a motherfucker in this box yelling at the motherfucker in this box.
We do
or yell or got a peephole and be like, you guys don't even know you're trapped over there.
Right.
And I'm like...
We do it to ourselves,
dude,
but we do it to
right
each
now,
other.
dog.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You guys don't even know you're trapped over there. Oh, really? Because I have 2 less boxes than you. Both you motherfuckers still trapped in the box.
Right.
What you mean? So,
right.
Yeah, man. My bad.
Yeah. No. That mom mentality, though, dude, like,
it's crazy.
It's just crazy, man. I would encourage everybody to kind of be themselves, man. You know,
you gotta have your own beliefs
and your own thoughts, and
it's okay to stand behind that too.
Of course, man. Like that's what makes us so fascinating and so interesting, man. Yeah. Like just talking. Let's just we could talk about music, right? Mm-hmm. And just that alone, that one little thing.
We can talk about sports. We can talk about whatever.
Right? And it's just like the Thunder Jackson that we reviewed, right? And we came together and we talked about it and we had, different opinions. We were going back and forth and you were like, I think it's this. And I was like, well, did you hear this? He was talking about this. And we're going back and forth and we're having this dialogue, right? And we'll have both different opinions about what's going on. And we still kind of had a little bit different opinions, but we came to, this is what the whole is, right?
I agree.
And coming to a consensus of what that album was, right? And having a little bit of different opinion, but still coming together, right? And I'll say it again, man. Left center, right center, whatever, yin, yang, man, like just kind of cohesively trying to work together, right? And coming together as a people, and helping each other and not screaming and yelling and trying to tear each other down because you believe in this over here and I believe in this over here. That's fine. Like, again, I'll say it again, man. We have differences of opinion on certain things. Now, yes, do we align on a lot of things? Of course we do. That's why we're best friends, right? Because we agree on a lot of things. But are there things we disagree on? Of course there is.
I think the biggest thing, bro, is you can't align to people. You need to align to your own set of morals.
And I think that's the biggest problem, dude. Is
when you attach your morals to a person.
Yeah, you're constantly what you're doing is you're comparing yourself to somebody else.
Well, and then you're idolizing them.
Well,
so you become.
I think people constantly try to compare themselves.
Of course.
Especially with people that are in some sort of power or have riches, wealth.
Right.
If I just no, I mean, just. You could be wealthy too.
Yeah, you can have role models, but
right. But what I'm saying is you be yourself.
Right.
In all of this, it's still such a breath of fresh air when you have somebody that can have their own opinion about things Because what does that do? That creates some sort of, at least if they're open to it, can create some sort of dialogue, right? And hopefully you kind of meet somewhere in the middle. Or you do what we said. You know what, man? This conversation isn't going anywhere. Let's just agree to disagree on this stuff.
Right.
I'll be over here. You can be over there. It's cool. No problem, man.
Right, we good.
We good. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand what the problem is that we can't just say, hey, bro, you're good over there, and I'm good over here. It's cool, man. Like, there's no problem between us. I know where you stand. You know where I stand. Right. Cool.
We ain't going to talk about it again.
Right. There's no. It's all right, man. I ain't going to tear you down for having something, you know?
Right. Facts. Factuals.
So...
I'm with you.
You know. Yeah, and it does sound very kumbaya-ish, but I'm really, that's not really where I'm going. I'm just saying, you know, I just really kind of want to work together as a species, as the human species on this planet, and we just love to tear each other down and tear each other apart. I don't know if it's to make us feel better or whatever, but can we try to save this ship a little bit? You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to be negative and say it won't happen, but
it won't happen.
But you know, anyways.
So, yeah, man.
Well, me and you are running this gray space ship. I think it's running pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, but I mean, you try to.
We've been plugging holes all over the place, man. What are you talking about?
Duct tape down for fucking months now, man.
And you're like, damn it, Ryan.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Put in some. You got to put the boards up, man. Right. What are you doing?
You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? What are you doing? No,
that's funny, man. I think it's the first time I used my real name.
I was like, damn, you didn't expose yourself out here, dog.
It's all right.
It's all good. If they don't
I mean, shoot, you go to my Instagram and it says Zeke. It says my name right underneath there, so it don't matter.
But we all know you as Zeke. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Yeah, I think you hit it on the nail, bro. So,
yeah. Well, cool convo, man. I enjoyed this conversation, man. I feel like I needed that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely needed that to.
That's one of them conversations we're going to continue to come back.
Of course, and I hope everybody out there, at least if you totally disagree, even with the ship and everything, that's fine. You don't have to. The whole point, again, of this podcast is for you to have your own thoughts and for you to come to your own conclusions. You hear us talking and you disagree. Praise the Lord, you do. Right. I'm serious. Like, or you agree somewhat. Or, I don't know, man. Like, you know, everybody has their little own opinion, and you should. You should be unusual. You should have your own thoughts. You should be your own person. And none of us, not me, not you, not the world, should judge you for that being that type of individual. Agree. You know? So, but yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we got a lot more. We got 2 reviews coming up.
Yeah, man.
Or out now, whenever this reaches you, depending on when we put the other ones out.
Right. Couple reviews.
We winging it, you know what I'm saying? But no, we got a couple reviews. Yeah, I don't want to go too deep into it, but yeah, man, a couple reviews coming out. More content. There's gonna be a lot more Dray Bobby Flay.
Oh, Dray Bobby Flay, man.
I've seen a couple people out there, man. Y'all out there copying me, man.
Uh-oh.
And it's the homies too. I'm gonna let y'all copy me, but check this out. When I come to get y'all on the show, on the Dray Bobby Flay show, okay? I'm collecting a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come collect a little percentage. You know what I mean? I'm a little percentage. You know what I'm saying? A little 10 off top.
Oh man!
If y'all hear some whining in the back, it's my wife's dog. It's not my dog.
They might not be able to hear it. These mics are pretty awesome. Yeah. You know what? Also, too, I know we've said it on a few shows. We might have said it on the podcast from before. Please keep in tune with the Gray Space. If you haven't followed us on Instagram. I'm personally trying to get better on posting on our Instagram page personally, more than even my own page. Go follow us there.
At the Gray Space Network.
Yeah, we changed it to the Gray Space Network. We have some really cool things coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, we have some guests that are coming on the show. We're still trying to figure out the logistics with Dre's busy schedule, my schedule, trying to meet somewhere.
Their schedule.
Yeah, their schedule, trying to meet somewhere in the middle, trying to work out all the logistics of that, really trying to lock down a couple things. We do have a couple shows in the work. You have a show. We have a show together that we're probably going to launch, I would say probably around the new year. We might do a test show here or there. We'll see. Please just
stay
keep
tuned.
us in the background, man. Keep us on that back burner, would you?
And again, man, your feedback is much appreciated, much needed. You know what I'm saying? We do this shit for y'all, man. So, that's the reason why we started this shit, was just to bring some dope conversations to the table.
And we're trying to get our subscription base up, man. I don't want to be beggy, but man, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that. It doesn't do anything for us monetarily wise. We don't get money from it or anything. It just helps us know kind of where we're at and where we sit. Because I know there's some of you out there that still have not hit that. So if you're listening to this, please just hit that subscribe button. That means a lot to us. Obviously, hit that like button and share it. Please share it with somebody, even if it's not a physical or a digital link to somebody else's phone. If you're in the same room, be like, hey, man, here's what you heard, or hey, man, here's the reviews, or whatever, man. Like, whatever you're rocking with, man, please share that with whoever you think you would think they would like that.
With us, man, and let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it.
There's some good stuff coming, man.
There's some good stuff already here. So,
of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Amazing stuff already here, man. We just keep getting better. Toot my horn.
Yeah, man. What's your heart popping? Right. Facts.
I'm toot my own horn. Our own horn, I should say, man.
Fucking digital fucking conductor's hat.
Oh, man, that'd be funny, man. That'd be so good. So.
And be like.
Oh, shoot, man.
Hey, man.
Everybody stay safe.
Yep.
Stay positive out there. Please stay positive. Man, positivity.
And as always, this is the Gray Space.